watching a lot of tape, Jaycee Horn is that dude. We need Jaycee Horn.
Yes.
I want
Yes.
Jaycee Horn back. He's big enough to cover DK Metcalf one-on-one all
Yes.
day. I just don't see that happening.
He reminds me a little bit of
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey. I don't know if he's quite as fast as Ramsey was, but he reminds me of Jalen Ramsey.
I don't think he needs to be as fast as Jalen Ramsey because he's bigger and he's got a bigger attitude.
Yes, he's so physical. Yes. Yes.
And the thing with him is his catch-up speed is just ridiculous.
Yes. So that's your
Absolutely
number one
ridiculous.
target, Jaycee Horn with the 12th pick.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
I just don't think any of the other prospects have that physical jam. I mean, Surtain's good, but I don't think he's big enough for what we need. We got some big guys in our division that we have to deal with.
Surtain is not a great matchup against DK Metcalf. Horn is.
No.
Horn is terrific. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
now,
he is.
I keep going to the offensive line because I think it's such an issue, and especially if Trent Williams leaves. But, I mean, cornerback's a pretty big issue, too. They don't have any starters there. You could argue it's just as big of an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is the defense was good last year, but if you lose Jason Verrett, who knows what that you lose Robert Saleh, you really do need some talent on that side. So what would you do?
Well,
do you think he's going to fall to 12?
Yeah, well, I don't know. A lot of mocks have him going as late as 20. So
You could trade down for him. You could trade down for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we do have all these bigger issues. I don't see him taking him. I want him real bad. My question was, if we don't end up getting a guy of that caliber, that stature in the draft,
yes,
do we have enough depth? Do we have anybody hanging around possibly that we can kind of shuffle pieces and be okay?
Maiden is a nickel. He might be able to replace K1. And I think Maiden is going to be surprising. He was one of those undrafted guys who looked the part last year. And usually in year two, some of the Niners undrafted guys are great. He might be one of them. But in terms of outside corners, really the only one. I thought Akello did well against DK Metcalf week 17. He gave it the touchdown catch to Tyler Lockett at the end. That's a different matchup. Against Metcalf, he basically didn't give up much. So I don't know if they can bring back Akello Witherspoon, but he'd be one cheap option. And then they could get an older guy like Xavier Rhodes, who I think is still excellent. But he's 30. But he's like the original Jaycee Horn. Xavier Rhodes was really good like 5 years ago. You could get him. But otherwise, Jaycee Horn is probably the best you could do.
Yeah, I know. And it seems like a lot of these guys, like even Akello's a risk. I don't want to pay Akello like a starter or consider him a starter.
Right.
That dude, his confidence is shattered in front of the world so many times.
So many times.
I mean, good for him.
Yes.
Good for him. You picked it up. You saw an opportunity to look good in free agency, and you strung together some games. That ain't good enough to be my starting point.
Exactly. What he needs to do is go somewhere for like a vet minimum contract and prove it again.
Yeah.
Prove it again. Leave and go do it again. Yeah.
But I just don't want to be depending on Akello's confidence, if that makes sense.
Look, if the Niners take Jaycee Horn of a pick, it may not be their number one need, but it's a need, and he could be the best player available when they pick. So how are you going to knock it? I love Jaycee Horn. See what they do.
I mean, if we don't go for a QB, trading back, trying to pick up a guy like Slater or whoever's coming after him, and then going after Jaycee Horn, if you can get him before, say, the Steelers or the Patriots, I mean,
that would be ideal.
That'd be the way to go. That's a couple teams that are projected to look at him pretty hard. His tape just keeps getting better, though.
He's so physical. I can't remember a college cornerback that was like that. Maybe Ramsey. Maybe Ramsey. My favorite corner last year was C.J. Henderson. He was not like that.
No. Watch his Auburn tape.
I will.
He is throwing people all over the place.
I was watching his Florida tape. He really, really did a great job against Kyle Pitts, who's going to go ahead of him in the draft. Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, go have a great day in Oregon, dude. Where in Oregon are you?
Coos Bay.
I've never heard of it, but I bet it's nice.
Yeah, it's out on the coast by the Reedsport National Dunes. Everybody comes up from the Bay Area down there to our Bay Area to go ride the dunes on their dirt bikes. So,
all right, man. Well, have a great day, man. Thanks for calling in.